Hi everyone, today I would like to talk about the application of chemistry in food science. The topic is caffeine. Do you know what is caffeine? Now let me give you an overview of caffeine. First of all, let's look at the chemical and physical properties of caffeine. The chemical compound of caffeine is 1,3,7-trimethylcytine. Another name for caffeine is thymethylguanine or methylthiobromine. Here is the structural formula of caffeine and the molecular formula, which is C8H10N4O2 and has a molecular mass of 194.19 gram per mole. Caffeine can be found from specific plants such as guarana seeds, cocoa, tea, and kola nuts. Caffeine acts as a natural pesticide in plants, paralyzes and kills insects that try to feed on it, and limits germination of seeds. When purified, caffeine forms an intensely bitter odorless white crystalline powder and is added to soft drinks to impart a pleasing bitter flavor. As we know, caffeine is an addictive stimulant that can stimulate central nervous system, heart rate, and respirations in humans. Next, let's look at the forms of caffeine. Few examples of forms of caffeine, which are coffee, tea, energy drinks, and soft drinks. Now, let's look at the comparison of the forms of caffeine between coffee and energy drinks. Long term of research over 100 years has been done on coffee, but energy drinks contain large amount of vitamins, herbs, and amino acids such as vitamin B and amino acids taurine and L-carnitine. Herbs like guarana in energy drinks. Moreover, coffee is drink sip by sip, but energy drink must be consumed quickly. Other than that, it contains higher amount of sugar compared to coffee. Caffeine acts as a natural pesticide. It reduces ability of adenosines and it releases hormone adrenaline. Moving on, let's look into natural and synthetic caffeine. Naturally occurring caffeine are found in 60 known types of plants such as coffee, green tea, black tea, and guarana. The process of producing synthetic caffeine starts by extracting urea from ammonia. The urea is used to form drugs like methylamine and then be converted to theophylline. The theophylline will undergo methylations to form methylated theophylline, which we know as synthetic caffeine. Synthetic caffeine are mostly found in sodas and energy drinks. They are produced in laboratories and manufactured in factories. Synthetic caffeine provides a much more potent caffeine isolate than what's found naturally occurring in the plant kingdom. The reason why synthetic caffeine is used as it will be absorbed through the digestive system much faster than naturally occurring plant caffeine. Now, let's look into details of caffeine in various products. First up, natural products. As we know, caffeine occurs naturally in coffee beans, which is one of the most well-known sources of caffeine in the world, alongside with cocoa beans, kola nuts, and tea leaves. There is a large variety of coffee beans, which results in a diverse selection of coffee that naturally contains different amounts of caffeine. The preparation process too affects the caffeine content in the end product. For example, lighter roasted coffee beans contain more caffeine than darker roasted coffee beans. Most people think that coffee has more caffeine than tea, but that's not entirely true. Tea leaves actually have a higher caffeine density than coffee beans. Conversely, steeped tea has lower caffeine content than most brewed coffee. This is because coffee is extracted more than tea during the brewing process, which makes it more concentrated. Now, let's go to synthetic products. As I've mentioned just now, synthetic caffeine is also added in energy drinks and soft drinks. Although the cola nuts is used to produce Coca-Cola contains caffeine, most of the caffeine content is added by the manufacturers. For a can of Coca-Cola with the volume of 355 ml, it contains 34 mg of caffeine, which is low compared to coffee and tea. Unlike soft drinks, energy drinks have an extreme range of caffeine content ranging from 6 mg to a whopping 300 mg per serving. Red Line Extreme Energy Drink, as an example, has the highest caffeine content, which is 316 mg per 235 ml serving. To be frank, various caffeinated products have been tinkered to please the right audience. Coffee and tea are consumed casually for a supportive mental boost, while energy drinks are for the hardcore athletes who love the adrenaline rush. Have you ever wondered which product contains caffeine? Red Bull, as the example of energy drink, has caffeine content of 80 mg in every 250 ml can. Even though the average value of caffeine is around 95 mg, the caffeine content will also depend on the type of coffee using. For instance, the instant coffee results in 30 to 90 mg of caffeine content per cup. Coffee such as latte, cappuccino, macchiatos, Americano has the same caffeine content of 63 mg as one shot of espresso. Sweet treats such as chocolates too have caffeine content in its ingredient list. Same as coffee, the caffeine content will also depend on the type of chocolates using. For example, Hershey's Kisses and Milk Chocolate Bar contains 9 mg of caffeine. Milk chocolate has also 9 mg of caffeine. 1 ounce servings of dark chocolate contains 25 mg of caffeine. 1 ounce of Lindy chocolate bar contains 23 mg of caffeine. 3 dark chocolate Hershey miniature arc contains 12 mg of caffeine. Unlike dark chocolate and milk chocolate, white chocolate has 0 caffeine as it does not have any cocoa solids. Now we'll talk about positive and negative effects of consuming caffeine. The positive effect of consuming caffeine is that it will boost weight loss, increase attention and alertness, lower the risk of Parkinson's disease, reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease, improve mental alertness, speed reasoning and memory. One question: will our health be affected if we consume caffeine more than the range given? The maximum amount of caffeine consumed is around 400 mg per day for healthy adults. Thus, if we consume more than 400 mg of caffeine per day, then it will cause negative effects. Few examples of negative effects of caffeine is that it will cause gastrointestinal disturbance, frequent urination, insomnia, emotional disturbance, and also spinal bone loss in postmenopausal women. In conclusion, caffeine plays a significant role in the food and beverage industry due to its unique property to stimulate the central nervous system. By studying its composition, origin, and contribution, we will be able to appreciate it more the next time we take a sip from our coffee. Thanks for watching. See you soon.